Hello again, and welcome to yet another rousing episode of the Stouting Off Podcast, episode number 39. Hello again, and welcome to the Stouting Off Podcast, where we simply just chat about everyday stuff. I am joined live by my producer, Jordan. Jordan, how have you been?
Been doing great, man.
Did you hear my voice crack just now? Dang, I got emotional. I got emotional because, cool, phone just clicked. I got emotional because this is the first time we're doing the podcast with you not in studio. Right. But I've got the computer set up with our video call just right across the room where you would normally sit. And in fact, I put a hat on the computer. I put a wig on the computer, and it looks like you now, dude. It's dumb.
Here's what mine looks like.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I can see like the little pane of where I am in the corner of the window, and it looks like I'm 30 feet away, because I am in a lot of ways. But in the same sense, we're side by side right now, so it's nice to have you here, Jordan. Man, let's just dive right into it, shall we? Yeah. It's been a nice week so far. Today is our friend Joe Gessler's birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe. He is bald. It's a great birthday for him in general. We love him. Special golfer, special human being, special husband.
Special friend, special
employee to his place of work. And you can just take me at my word on that one, because I've worked with him before. He's smart. And he's a huge culture ad. But anyway, let's just jump right into it. It's been a good week so far. I'll tell you this. A lot of people have been trying to make plans with me lately. And that's nice on one hand. But on the other hand, man, I don't like plans. Plans to me are restricting. Like I got a message from some friends that I'm interested in hanging out and getting to know this particular group. And they said, how's next Friday at 6 p.m. look? I'm like, dude, I don't want to plan that far in advance. I don't subscribe too much to this ideology, but I am an Enneagram 7. We've talked about the Enneagram before. And one of the things that us 7s love is spontaneity and being able to do stuff on the fly. And the aversion for me to make plans is all rooted in, what if I get to Friday at 6 p.m. and there's something better available, and there's a better plan, there's a better opportunity for hangs available. Then I'm locked in. It feels restrictive. Slows me down, restricts me. We've talked about that before. But I've got that, and then I've got a happy hour with my real estate agent. And that's just a general catch up too. It's not like we're even talking about selling or buying a house right now.
Yeah.
And then I've got another thing, a workout scheduled. And these are all people that I know and like and love. But plans, man, I would much rather get called up on Friday at 4 p.m. and be like, hey, what are you? And they say, what are you doing in 2 hours? I'd be like, let's hang out.
Yeah, right.
But knowing that I'm locked in, lack of freedom, lack of choice, don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I think that I actually prefer to make plans because then I just know it exists.
Yeah.
But the morning that I wake up to do said plan, I'm dreading it.
You're dreading it, dude.
I don't want to do it.
I'm the exact same way. It could be a date that I'm excited about. Could be an interview. Could be a cool event of any kind. And if there's any newness to it whatsoever, like if any part of it is going to be new person, new experience, whatever, I'm going to have dread.
Yeah.
I'm going to have dread. And we've discussed that before as well. But I
think the only thing that I don't get dread about is golf.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I'm up at 2:30 in the morning and I know I have to be up at 6:30,
yeah,
it's like, don't wake daddy, I'm up.
You ever play that game, Don't Wake Daddy?
All the time. I mean, I don't
I play it all the time.
I don't play it currently. I thought you said, do you ever play that game? But I think you said, did you ever play?
Speaking of Connect 4, do you ever play that on a daily basis? Don't Wake Daddy, from what I remember, that was a game. I don't remember. I remember it was like a dad who looked kind of like a young Ebenezer Scrooge, but in the sense that he wore a nightgown and a sleeping cap.
Yep.
Right? And at some point throughout the game, he would snap forward like he's out of, like Dracula coming out of a coffin.
Yeah.
Perfect 90 degrees, and it would be like a buzzer or something.
Yeah, if I remember right. Well, then his hat flew off. Did you say that?
I didn't say that his hat flew off, but that's a key detail.
Yeah, it's great. Sometimes you catch it in your mouth because you're so like shocked. But I think that you like, I'd have to look at it, but I think that once you land on a space, it gives you a certain amount of times to press what I think is like the alarm clock. It was like a yellow button, I think. Okay. And you would go tick, tick, tick. And it was like a Jack in the Box. You know, it was only a matter of time before it went off.
I know. And that suspense, knowing that that's about to happen, it's imminent at any moment, is scary. Another game that while you were explaining that I thought of from my childhood was this game where it's like a blue board with a bunch of unique shapes in it. You push it down, and you have to get all of these shapes. There are probably like 20 of them. You have to fit all of them. They're like, you know, you can fit these little shape pieces between your thumb and your forefinger, and you have to fit them all in there before it pops up.
Yeah.
And they go flying. It's another game like that, but I forgot what it's called.
Isn't it called like Pop-Up?
Pop-Up. That seems a little generic for what I think, but it could be.
Perfection.
That's it. Perfection. Yeah, you'd push it down you'd push it down, and then you'd scramble to get all the pieces, and it's on like a 45-second timer or something like that. It's stressful as heck, dude. Man, there were a lot of games. The Hasbro and Parker Bros and I was about to say Dunder Mifflin. Oh, Milton Bradley. Yep. Those games were cashing in on the rush and suspense and anticipation emotions.
Oh, for sure.
There had to have been some other games like that too.
Yeah,
Operation, kind of.
Operation, yeah.
I like board games a lot. I have 4 different versions of Monopoly. I love Monopoly.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it is to me at this point in my life, and it's been this way for several years now, I would much rather on a Friday, Saturday night, like instead of like going out and bopping around and seeing and being seen, I would much rather have 3 friends and sit around and laugh around a game of Monopoly. That is like,
yeah, dude.
Or Scrabble. Love Scrabble. As a bit of a linguist, of course, I'm going to be a bit. Wow, I say I'm a linguist and then I'm at a loss for words. I'm going to be a bit inclined to like Scrabble.
Yeah. I like Monopoly. I also like Clue.
Here's a fun fact. I've never played Clue. That's the game where it's like this happened at this place with this weapon or whatever, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's a good game though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, there's
fun.
a reason why it's like
long,
renowned.
but it's fun. Yeah,
that's
just
okay.
like Monopoly. Monopoly can be long too.
Yeah.
You introduced me to Pandemic, which is quite possibly my favorite board game.
Do you have Pandemic? Do you have my
my
Pandemic?
I bought it.
No,
I don't have yours.
You don't?
No,
I thought I left it at your house.
No.
So it's gone then. It's gone somewhere. I lost it, and that's great. But it is a freaking fun game. What's fun about Pandemic is that it's all the players against the board. It's a cooperative game.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's fun. You all get to strategize and stuff, and it's a team win or a team loss. Oh man, you were talking about something before Pandemic. Couldn't have been that important, but I love games like that. It's fun as heck. It's fun. I love games like that. They are fun.
I love games like that. So fun.
So it's fun. I've been making... Did I tell you I've perfected my cold brew process? And this literally took 16 months to do. But I have a process down now.
Tell me about it.
So I love cold brew. For those of you who don't know what cold brew is, you have to... it's not just coffee that you then chill. you make it like it's tea almost. The coffee grounds have to steep in water for a period of time, 12 to 24 hours. I, of course, err on the side of 24 or more, but not too much more, because I think you can kind of overdo it. Just like anything in life, there's a sweet spot, moderation, which is something I naturally struggle with, moderation. I have a highly addictive personality. I'm all in or I'm all out. But all that to say, that's just a little bit of the mind of stout for you there. But for cold brew, I went through the process of initially like stirring it in, and then I would strain it out. And that took forever, labor intensive. It was messy. You got a good product, but it was just too much to strain out like half of a coffee bag worth of grounds. So I didn't do that. I scratched that. And then I found this thing that was like this cylindrical shape filter that you'd put the stuff in. You'd put all the grounds in, and then you'd place that in the middle of a jug, and that would steep overnight. But then that wasn't working for me either, because it just didn't steep well enough. Now, here's the final iteration, Jordan. I got big, like, they're like tea bags, but they're cold brew bags. They're like,
okay,
that you stuff the cold brew into. You pull it to tension. So
that's
yeah,
nice.
it's like a big tea bag. And I put 3 of those in 96 ounces of water, steep it for 24 hours, and when it comes up, it's so good. And that's what I have in this.
No mess. That's awesome.
Mess, no mas. You just take the thing out of the thing, you drop them into the trash, and then you have a clean, ready to pour pitcher. I almost want to go get it right now, but I'm not going to.
That's tight, dude.
Anyway, that's what's in here. I'm buzzing on this stuff. Cold brew is the best. Stuff. And this is actually, we're doing a midday shoot here over lunchtime. It's nice.
Yeah, this is a good feeling.
I tell you, daytime energy is different from nighttime energy. There are advantages and drawbacks to both, but this is nice. This is a nice change of pace.
Yep.
Would you agree?
I agree.
That must be why you said yes, and it's nice.
Yes.
Is that why?
It's very nice. Do you agree? Not at all.
Why would you think that? I disagree adamantly. This time of day too, by the way, my office in my home here has a window that's low to the ground, and I sit right next to it. And throughout the day, I'll just see cats walking by. Not like routinely, hourly or anything, but like a few times throughout the day, cats will walk by my window, a cat. And I have several different cats. There are so many cats on my property. I feel like it's the American version of Chernobyl, which is the island somewhere in Europe. I think it's in Russia that had like a chemical huge explosion. No one can occupy it anymore, but it's overrun with cats now. And that's what I feel like my property is. I don't know where these cats come from, but there's a black cat, and then there's one that kind of looks like Tigger, and then there's one that's like kind of got some gray. And I'm like, where are all these cats coming from? But there is one cat next door. Well, she lives outside, but she belongs to my neighbor, Rick, and her name is Cat. And I call her Catherine, just to give her some elegance. But
yeah.
her name is Cat, according to Rick. And she will be like on my porch, like railing, looking into my house. Have I mentioned this before? She'll be like looking into my house. I'll be, say I fall asleep on the couch and I'm going to bed. It'll be like 12 o'clock or something. I'll be walking by my front door, which is mostly glass, and she's just standing there looking at me.
That's scary.
Or like laying on the thing, but her head is like...
Yeah, that's scary. I hate cats. Me
too. Cats are always scheming, dude. They're always scheming and conspiring something.
I've always wondered why you would get a cat if you never see it. Like the cats that are in your yard.
Yeah.
They're not at home.
Yeah. What's the benefit of having that?
Pest control.
True, dude. I have seen these cats walking around with like mice or little birds or rabbits in their mouths before.
And that's good. Except for the birds and rabbits. But the mice, good.
The mice aspect. But mice on my property don't bother me. Mice outside, it's not like they're getting into my house, but I guess that's the preemptive measure. It's just to nip it before it could possibly happen.
I heard something.
A rumor?
A rumor.
Let's hear it.
But I think it's fact. And that is, it was just maybe like a week ago that Disney, both land and world, releases a ton of cats at the end of the day And that's what keeps the mice out of Disney World and land.
They release, so let me get this straight.
They release a bunch of cats when the park closes, and then they return in the morning before the park opens.
Wow.
And they're killing all the mice.
Wow. The first thought I go to is, how are they training these cats to be
Don't know.
operating on such a tight schedule?
Right.
All right, cats, you've got between the hours of 11 p.m. and about 7 a.m. So
Aye,
get to
aye,
work.
Captain.
And you better be back here. If anybody's late to check in at 7 a.m., you're
Aye,
not
aye,
getting any money.
Captain Hook.
They all salute.
Aye, aye, Donald Duck.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
The trainer is dressed in a Disney costume.
He's dressed as a cat.
I don't know enough
cats.
Disney. In a cat costume, whiskers and everything, mask on. They're all just standing at attention, saluting.
When
Captain.
this information came up, I was
Captain.
like, I actually believe it, because if someone was afraid of of mice,
Yeah.
and they walked in, with the exception of Mickey Mouse, and they walked in to Disney and they were just like, going down a trail and a mouse ran by, that would really alter their experience.
Oh yeah, and they would
So they can't
probably
afford-
be pretty vocal. No, they can't.
Yeah, they can't afford to see that. Disney can't afford for their guests to see that. So whether that's true or false, that's what I heard.
That's funny.
That's what I heard.
I'm sure we have a soundbite for that. We'll add it in post. I could just go so many places with that only we would think is funny. But one of the places that I went was demonstrating how to hunt a cat. The cat costume person demonstrating it on Mickey Mouse. Like they're just like full scale. All right, it's kind of like this. This is how you do it. Anyway, that's stupid. We could riff on that and laugh about it, but none of you would think it's funny, or would you? And maybe that's why you listen to the podcast, is because you like our brand. You like our brand of chit chat and banter and hullabaloo. Speaking of Baloo, another Disney character from Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park, dude.
That's it, dude.
From Jungle Book, different J name. That's it. Yeah. Baloo. Yeah. He's from Jurassic Park. That's right. That's right.
It's the T-Rex's name in Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Baloo.
when his enclosure gets the electric gets shut off. Yeah, Baloo. Yeah, that's his name. One quick comment: QR codes are making a comeback here. I wrote that down recently. I see QR codes everywhere now. They've been around for a while now.
Yeah.
Since like 2012, but they never caught on, I feel like, until like within the past 2 years. Now QR codes. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's
enough.
the pandemic.
Pandemic, yeah.
With not putting menus out on the table and putting a QR code in the middle of the table.
True. So true. I'm actually highly keen for that. I don't like touching menus. Straight up.
Yeah. I don't like it when everybody sits down at a table and looks at their menu, but you look over at the table and it looks like everybody's having a terrible time because everybody's just on their phones.
True. Yeah, but that's not a good look. But what is also not a good look or feeling is when you're at a place like Cheesecake Factory with a big menu, physically big.
Yeah.
And everybody's got their menus out and they're overlapping. And you're like, oh,
yeah, true.
Your menu across from me is like this and it's covering part of mine. I don't like that either.
Yeah, same.
So that's a good point. The go forward action from that, the solution to the QR phone thing, is to just occasionally just create conversation throughout. Hey, what are you seeing on there? What are you liking? What are you looking at?
Yep.
Something about me when it comes to ordering at a restaurant, I don't like when someone else orders the same thing as me. So I often will try to go last. I don't like that. And I don't know why. I've changed my order before because someone else decided to get the fettuccine Alfredo as well. Be like, actually, no. Could I have the chicken marsala instead? Am I crazy for that?
Yeah.
That's a weird person thing, right?
No, but
it's kind of neurotic.
It's dumb. I think that you're like, well, if they get it, I can't get it because of a pride thing.
Yeah.
But what's the point?
But if I order first and someone else orders, you know what he said sounds pretty good. I'll get that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
What if you go to a steakhouse and
That's different.
three people get the fillet?
Yeah, there are 3 or 4 cuts of steak. So that's, your options are a bit more limited. But it's like, dude, you really had to get the chicken flautas as well? There are so many things on the menu.
Sure.
It's like
I understand it.
Copycatting. Like the way Drew said it, I like what he ordered. I want to get that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, get your own dang experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you're
I'm a freak. That's cool.
You're a shepherd. You're a leader in a lot of ways. So what
Thank
you do,
you.
people want to be a part of it and
man.
experience what you experience.
Thank you, bro. And you might be right on that. People might want to.
Or it's just a popular food item on the menu.
That's it. That's actually probably it. That probably is it. I'm more comfortable with that one. Have you had coffee today? Speaking of my cold brew in my right hand that I'm about to take a sip of, and I'm buying time so that you can talk so I can take a sip.
Yeah, something weird's happening. And for the past week and a half, so I've been just making all of my coffee at home. I bought 1 bag of Portland Brew Ethiopian High Priest before I left. And I've been just making that at home because I just can't find in this area where I'm going to be super, super happy with the coffee. I've got Panera Bread, and then there's a Starbucks in the Bush's grocery store. But I can't find anything that's like that I actually want to go pay for. So I have been making it at home, love it. But one thing is I've been going to the gym every morning.
Yeah, you have.
And after I take my pre-workout and get back from the gym, it's like my body is done with the caffeine. Like I don't need it. Like I don't crave it like I usually do.
There's a lot of caffeine in pre.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I'll have coffee at night, but in the morning I just feel like the body is just overflown with what coffee would give it.
That's fair. I will say, I think your best bet as a Metro Detroit resident for coffee, at least in the immediate area where you are, is Espresso Elevato.
Yeah, Plymouth. Yep, agreed.
They're kind of the most boutique coffee place around.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm not all about... I don't necessarily want to do a 30-minute round trip for a cup of coffee.
That's fair. Next time you're in the area, you just have to, but you won't make an errand for that.
Right.
Understood.
And I know Detroit, downtown Detroit has a couple of good shops and stuff like that. So
our friend Jesse does a lot with Madcap, I believe.
Yep.
Which is, I think they're Grand Rapids based, but they cool hoarseness in my voice. Cool. Sorry for clearing my throat into the mic. Anyway, that company is Grand Rapids based, but they have an outpost in Detroit now, which is cool.
Yeah.
One thing also about Detroit, dude, is that you've probably noticed already. You've only been there for a couple weeks, but the trash pickup there is awesome.
It's amazing.
I think about that.
Yeah.
I think about that. That's one of the things that makes me homesick for Michigan. One of the 2 things. That, when I want to throw stuff out, like here, if it doesn't fit in those rinky-dink little trash cans, they don't even take it, even if it's just an empty cardboard box.
Yep. They will not touch it.
It could be a shoe box, and they won't take it if it's not in the...
Right.
I'm like, grow up.
Dude, the first trash day I was here, so my trash day is on Wednesday. My pickup day is Wednesday.
Cool.
And on last Tuesday night, I called Ben Daig, good friend of ours.
Yeah.
And I said...
Kind of in your neighborhood, too. Like, one
he's
neighborhood
just like
over.
a mile away, I think, right? Yeah,
so
something
cool.
like that. I called him, and I said this. Hey, man. He's like, what's up? I said, hey, Livonia garbage pickup. Before I could even finish my sentence, he cut in with anything and everything.
It's true.
And I was like, true. Anything. And here's what I was stressed about. I just moved. So I have 6 of like the 50-gallon Husky bags and then 30 cardboard boxes. And I'm like, you're telling me I can just put this out to to like the end of my driveway. I read online that I can't like impede the street or anything like that.
Which you really wanted to, so you were disappointed
Which
about
I
that.
wanted to just make a roadblock, but the city said I couldn't.
Block party with trash barricades.
A roadblock party. So I put all of this stuff out, and they came and picked everything up. And I had a lot of garbage too.
I believe
30
it.
boxes, 8 bags. But I bought a case of beer for the trash guys. And when they came and got it, I ran out there, I gave it to them, and I said, thank you. And they're like, it was no problem. And I said, no, thanks. Like, this is new to me, and you guys took everything without even like thinking about it.
Yep.
And I'm going to remember that. And now they're going to remember me. So if I put a bathtub out there, it's gone.
I have actually put a bathtub out in the street in Livonia. I'm not even kidding. I was about to tell you that. I've put a bathtub by the curb, ceramic, old, from 1950. Probably weighed like 80 pounds. Took it, no problem. It's great. They're the heroes. Dude, my neighbors here, I don't know why this peeves me. They don't take in their trash cans for 2 or 3 days after trash day. Why? It's easy. You have to like walk past your trash cans to like go for your nightly walks with your dog. Take the trash can in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they take immaculate care of their property otherwise. I'm not even one of those neighbors who's like, everybody's lawn has to look good. You've seen my lawn. It's overgrown with crabgrass. It stinks. But just take the trash cans in. Pretty much everything I do to maintain my property is because I don't want to be that neighbor that is dragging their feet and making the other houses look bad.
Yeah.
I just do the bare minimum just not to stand out.
Yeah, no, I get that. I was guilty of that in Nashville because where I had to put my garbage cans was not visible from any like window.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. So it was like on the way side of my house, and the back we would go out and play, the front we would go out and play, but unless I was driving, I didn't see the garbage cans.
It's nice.
So sometimes I would let it go for 2 days or whatever because I'm just not outside of my house.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, that's one thing that makes me homesick for Michigan. The second thing is when I'm out after dark and I can't get food and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
That happened last night. I struck out at 4 fast food places, and it was only 12:11 when I was trying to get food.
Yeah.
It's not that late. Taco Bell, their menu was on, their lights are on. I roll up, sorry, we're closed.
That's ridiculous.
Roll up to Donald's, menu is on, lights are on inside. Sit at the window. I sat at the menu for 2 minutes saying hello. Hi, hello. Anybody there? No answer. People on. There were people powered on inside the building. But there were people inside walking around and stuff, like employees. I'm like, dude, it's a helpless feeling to be hungry and not be able to. And I literally, the only edible things I have in this house are a container of mixed nuts that my friend Eric Wilson brought over for a bourbon tasting about a year ago, and a container of sprinkles. That's it. Mixed nuts or sprinkles. Yeah.
What
I went to bed hungry.
What's
Still
funny,
am hungry.
dude, here's the thing though. I think everything closes at midnight right now. And in fact, I think things here close at 10. So with that being said,
wow. I didn't think about that, but I feel like that's always been the case since I've lived here, but you might be onto something.
I had a terrible experience. I was so excited for my first Livonia Taco Bell experience.
It's because they do it better up there. So I don't blame you for being excited.
Yeah. So I went there, and I think the closest one to me is at 8 and Haggerty. Okay. So
Not
it's like
a particularly good one.
2.5 to 3.5 miles away, something like that. I got there, and there were 7 cars ahead of me that I could see, probably 2 more by the window. Yep. And it took me 35 minutes to get through that line.
Yep.
Monica's texting me like, where the heck are you? I was like, I got to Taco Bell in 6 minutes, and I've been here for a total of 40.
That particular location, without getting too much into the weeds, is they're notoriously long waits. I used to work at the Best Buy right across the street, and
Oh, crazy.
even on a 30-minute lunch, I couldn't get there and back with food ever. It
Interesting.
stunk.
Okay. Good to know.
And that's right next to your gym too. It's Temptation Island, man. And that's a good, but McDonald's right next to it is a really good Don's.
Okay. All right.
I love Don's.
Now I know.
And there's a Big Boy right there too, I think, unless that's probably closed down.
No,
because
it got taken down. But
that
there's a
makes
Big
sense.
Boy by me. There's a Big Boy at 6 in Newburgh in front of the ACO Hardware or Ace Hardware or whatever in the Bushes parking lot.
Oh, cool. Oh, there is. Yeah, that's right. Will Woodington used to work at ACO Hardware. Andy Brody used to work at Ace Hardware. Right? Different hardwares. Hey, we just got an email. Hi there. Ferris here from Verbal. We found your podcast on the open podcast directory and built your station, the Stouting Off podcast. I know you're going to want to claim it and take control. Here are a few reasons why. Blah, blah, blah. Your marketing, what's in it for you? That's the real question. If I join your thing, what do you gain? What are you gain? Do you hear me? What are you gain? Answer me.
If I join you, what are you gain?
Oh, that's great. Oh, man. How are the kids?
Kids are good. Acclimating.
Yeah. Probably nice to be around family.
Good. I'll tell you what, man, and I would have said this if I lived, I'm a loyal Nashville resident. You know me.
Before you finish, you got to change your Instagram bio. Still says Nashville TN.
Is that right?
Yeah,
well, that's because I'm holding on to it for as long as I possibly can. No, I'm just kidding.
The winds of change.
You know how I'm just very loyal. I've got Nashville pride.
True.
One thing that I would say, even if I lived in Nashville, is nothing ever will beat a Michigan summer.
That's just a fact.
Dude,
it's just a stone cold fact.
It is so incredibly nice. The other day, I woke up and it was 63 degrees outside, and then it heated up. It heated up to about 80, and then at nighttime, went to water the grass, do some things outside, pick a couple things, whatever. It's probably 68 degrees.
Come on.
So the Michigan has like the mountain curve, right?
Yeah.
And Nashville has just the top bar.
Yeah.
Because it stays the same heat no matter what.
Yeah, it's like this yink, yink,
yep.
for 4 months there, and then it cools down.
Yeah.
Michigan has the nice little yimp. But then I tell you, the tail ends last long.
Yep.
The tail ends where it's cold.
Oh yeah. I'm talking a specific 2 months. That's it.
for the bell?
For the good. Yeah.
Right.
And maybe 3 with fall and stuff, but
yeah. No, you're right though. You're right. That's cool. Got my car washed yesterday. It's nice.
Is that right?
Yeah, I have the car wash membership that I believe you used to have as well.
Yep.
And
got one here. Replaced it.
Nice. Yeah, this is cool. I drive by this place all the time, and I take my car through there, and my car isn't particularly nice. It's a 2013 Golf with 127,000 miles on it. But it doesn't have any like scratches or rust or like dents. So I think even though it's an old style car from 2013, I think it still looks really nice. It shines when it's clean. So I try to take it through there a couple times a week. One thing, when I go through there, they pack the cars together so closely.
They do.
It makes me mad.
Yeah,
like when the guy keeps waving me on, and I'm like, dude, if I keep going anymore, I'm going to be a foot away from the Escalade in front of me.
Yeah.
I can't, like, why? There's nobody behind me. Why is it such a rush? Why is it so urgent that I get in there?
Right.
This way.
And there's nobody behind you and no one in front of them. It's like, hey, just let it be, man.
Yeah, give me a car length. Give me 6 feet. I'll take 6 feet.
I think when you're packed in there like that too, I think it lessens your car wash experience. Like I think that you get less of stuff. Maybe. I'm wrong.
I don't know. Maybe. There could be something to say about that. My car, when I shift out of neutral, which you have to be in throughout the thing, in order to shift out of neutral, I have to apply the brake. So that's why if there's somebody behind, like my car requires it. I can't shift out of neutral into drive. If there's somebody behind me, I have to like do it real quick.
Sure.
You couldn't see my right foot there, but I was just like real quick. I got to do it really fast, or else that 2-foot margin is going to shrink pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a little fender bender in the dang car wash.
Yeah.
I've said dang a couple times, but I'm running hot today.
Yeah.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying?
I take back the car wash experience and I'm going to flip that to the drying experience. Because if you've got a blast out of there, when the green light happens, I always just inch up so it gets my back window really good.
Yep.
But if I've got to fly out of there,
yeah,
I'm going to have dots on my back window.
And it's avoidable. That's my issue with that particular topic is it's avoidable.
Yeah.
But they are like, no, get in there. Well, cool. I'm going to go get some lunch. I'm going to get a club sandwich from Mitchell Deli.
Yum.
I got this amazing mustard that they put on there.
Yeah, dude.
I was thinking about cutting my hair this week too. Should I get a haircut? I am about to go on tour, which I like having long hair when I'm playing, but I also kind of want shorter hair again.
Oh yeah, you're gonna trim it on the top, you mean?
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I found this.
You've got a vibe when you drum, and you've got the tight sides and longer hair on the back. So let me be that advocate.
Okay, because I found this video of me today. You can hear me griping about daylight saving. I'll show you the video though.
I just realized we lose an hour of sleep tonight. Daylight saving time. Why? Somebody explain to me why this is necessary.
And I actually still stand by that. Why do we have daylight saving time? But it's saving and not savings. But anyway, you probably can't see it on the camera. I'm going to tilt this like so. You can't see the camera because you're far away, but I look pretty cool in this. Maybe I'll send you a screenshot. I'll send you a screenshot. I'll send you this video actually, and you can, if you want to superimpose it, you can. And if not, no big. It's all good. Jordan, I think we need to, we have some really loyal followers and listeners and subscribers. It's really nice. And I'm trying to brainstorm how we can grow this thing, how we can reach new ears. Aside from our followers and subscribers and fans being evangelists for the Stouting Off podcast and sharing us with everybody, let's be brainstorming about how we can really target our message. But first, we have to identify a message. Our message, I think people like our podcast because it's just harmless chit chat that's relatable. You can have it on while you're cooking, cleaning, working out, on the Stairmaster.
Working.
And so I want to grow this thing kind of. Not for us, but I think we're offering something we're offering value. We're bringing value.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, we're hanging out.
It's like listening to two of your close friends, two of your best friends, just talk about their lives, and talk about stuff that you can relate to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm thinking out loud. Ready, beep, below, right away we are. Remember when we played that with Danny Black?
I do.
That was so fun.
That was great.
I used hot rods for that, the wood stick things on the drums. You were legendary at those. Jordan and I used to play with our friend Danny Black, who is actually, speaking of loyal followers and subscribers and fans and friends of the podcast, he is one of them. Danny would come to town from, he lives out of the country in Australia, but whenever he would come to town, we would play live shows, like live cover shows for like 2 or 3 hours at the local watering hole in our hometown. And we would play some fun songs.
Yeah, man.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Africa, Take on Me, Thinking Out Loud by Sheeran,
Man Eater.
Yep. We would call our friends up on the spot to sing it, even though they had no idea that we were going to ask them to.
Yep.
We had Will come up and sing Man Eater one time, and it's Hall & Oates. It's high. You never come out at night. She's a man eater. We had him, and I
And
sounded
guess
great.
who
Just now.
absolutely killed it?
Mook? Oh, Will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Will. And then Mook killed it. What'd Mook sing? Maroon 5 or something,
I
right?
think we had him sing Payphone by Maroon 5. That goes
Yeah,
to
yeah.
show how long ago it was. Anyway,
Man,
that's
so fun.
that was so fun. Special times. Thank you for listening and tuning in to episode 39 of the Stouting Off podcast, where we chat about everyday stuff. We love you very much. And Drew and Jordan signing off. See you later. Bye.